Got a snail problem? Today we're going to take a look at some of the ways in which you could deal with it. I'm also going to take a look at some of the reasons why snails can get out of control, like you see in my tank here. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video. Stay tuned. Snails can be useful creatures, but what happens when the tank becomes too full of them? For one thing, your tank's bioload goes up, and that usually spells trouble with keeping a balanced tank. Snails can enter your tank through various means, but usually the most local common cause is from your local fish store. They sneak in with new fish on plants, that type of thing. Snails will then eat any leftover food, including old bloodworms, old flakes, or leftover flakes in the bottom, as well as any leftover algae pellets that you may be feeding for your bottom feeders. With an ample food supply and the right water conditions, snails can grow out of control easily. So what are some ways we can control the snail population in our tank? First method is you could potentially add a piece of copper to the water. Now, I don't recommend this method, mainly because all invertebrates and some fish are highly sensitive to copper. Copper will kill snails very efficiently. So if your tank doesn't have any invertebrates and you don't have any snails of any kind and any fish that are sensitive to copper, you could try experimenting with it. However, I haven't done it and I don't recommend it. Now, the second thing you could try is adding a predator. Basically what I mean is a predator such as a yo-yo loach shown here that eats snails. Now keep in mind, yo-yo loaches, you need a lot of them and you need a larger tank in order to house them properly, otherwise they grow too large, as seen here. If you have a tank like mine where it has too many snails, adding one yo-yo loach isn't going to make much of a difference and may even kill the yo-yo loach because they overeat. So you need to carefully plan what predators you're going to put in the tank, how many of them, and how big your tank is. For this 20 gallon, it just doesn't make sense. You could also try adding assassin snails to your aquarium to keep the snail population under control. Just be warned that assassin snails can target regular fish as well as other snails that you do want to keep in the aquarium. And lastly, my recommended method is to manually remove the snails. Now what I do is I typically just put them into a freezer bag and put them into the freezer and dispose of them humanely. Now a lot of people might say, oh, well, you're killing the snails. Well, the thing is there's so many, isn't really a good convenient way to do it other than that. However, I do recommend that if you have a friend that has a lot of predators, snails are a good food source. So that is another option that you could do. And finally, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. Please let me know how you're dealing with how to control your snail populations. And also, consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos.